Welcome to America Current Affairs. We're diving into a huge story today about some really big spending plans happening in Nigeria. We're talking trillions of naira set to be spent in two key states. So the big question is, where is all that money actually going? And what will it mean for the people living there? Let's get into it.
Okay, before we get into the mind-boggling numbers, let's just quickly get on the same page. What even is a government budget? Honestly, it's not as complex as it sounds. Just think about how your family plans its money for the year. You figure out what's coming in, and then you decide how to spend it, on food, on rent, on saving up. A government does the exact same thing, just, on a way bigger scale. They're planning for roads, schools, and hospitals, the whole shebang.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll check out Anambra's really ambitious plan. Then, we'll zip over to Benue and see their completely different approach. After that, we'll connect the dots and see what all this spending really means for you. And finally, we'll zoom out and look at the big picture for Nigeria's economy. Sound good? Let's go. All right, just take a second to look at this number. Almost 1.5 trillion naira. That's a 1, a 4, a 6, and a whole lot of zeros after it. And that's just the combined plan for two states. It's a truly staggering amount of money, an enormous investment. So the most important question is, where is all that cash going? And this is where the story gets really interesting. It's like a tale of two completely different states. Over in Anambra, you've got Governor Soludo going all in on big city dreams, massive infrastructure, new buildings, all to supercharge the economy. But then you have Governor Alia in Benue, the food basket of the nation, and he's taking a totally different route, focusing on the countryside, on the farms, on the people who grow the food. Two states, two huge budgets, two very different visions for the future. So let's kick things off in Anambra. They've actually nicknamed their budget Changing Gears, and that's pretty fitting because they are seriously shifting into a higher gear with some incredibly ambitious projects. And here is Governor Soludo himself, and he's making it crystal clear that this isn't just about throwing money around. He's calling it a strategic plan, a way to deliver on promises he's made. Those are some pretty strong words. So let's see what's actually inside this plan. So where's the money really going? Well, this chart tells the story. Wow, almost half, a massive 49%, is being pumped straight into the economic sector. That is a huge bet. It's a bet that if you build the right things like roads and businesses, then major growth is sure to follow. And this chart breaks it down even more. Just look at that top bar, a whopping 200 billion naira dedicated just to roads. We're not talking about just fixing a few potholes here. This is about building major economic arteries to connect the whole state. And look, they're also funding brand new cities and even a state-of-the-art hotel. Yeah, it's safe to say Anambra is dreaming big. Okay, now let's completely switch gears and head over to Benue State. While Anambra is building for the city, Benue, the nation's food basket, is getting back to its roots and investing in the land and the people who work it. And with this budget, Governor Alia is sending a really powerful message. He's basically saying that for far too long, the rural communities, the ones that feed the whole country, have been left behind. He's declaring that the era of rural neglect is over. That's a bold promise. Let's see how he plans to make it happen. And here is his game plan. Instead of those flashy, big city projects, Benue is focusing on the fundamentals. They're building the smaller feeder roads that actually connect farms to the bigger markets. They're working on getting clean water and electricity into villages, and they're giving direct support to farmers. It's a real grassroots approach, and it could be a total game changer for the entire region. Okay, so we've got these two huge states with two very different multi-billion naira plans. But what does any of this actually mean for you? For the average person, the small business owner? Well, it turns out it can mean a whole lot. It all comes down to a ripple effect. Think about it. When the government builds a new road, it doesn't just mean a smoother ride. It means goods get to market faster and cheaper. That road project also creates jobs for local builders and suppliers. And when those people have more money in their pockets, they spend it at local shops. It's a cycle that can lift up the entire local economy. Now, it's really important to remember that these state budgets aren't just happening on their own. They're actually part of a much bigger national strategy. So let's zoom out and see how this all fits into Nigeria's goals for 2026. So at the national level, President Tinubu's government has some pretty clear goals. They want to get inflation under control, stop prices from shooting up so fast. They want to make the tax system easier for small businesses. And just like we're seeing in the States, there's a huge push for better infrastructure all across the country. The goal is to make Nigeria a place that attracts investment and creates jobs for everybody.
So, with over ₦1 trillion about to flow into these economies, the big question is, what's it really going to look like on the ground? Are these massive plans going to deliver? Only time will tell. But it looks like 2026 is going to be a fascinating year to watch. What changes are you hoping to see where you live? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching this breakdown from America Current Affairs. If you want to stay on top of the stories shaping our world, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more.